I mean, would you say Bo was right on the money when he's talking about 5 practice games to roll a week?
5. Well, I didn't see it, Tommy, so I'm not quite sure what he was getting at. Probably what he mentioned to loosen up before a tournament. Tournament bowlers are normally allowed 3 practice frames on each lane. Now, in our particular King of Bowling tournament, we're allowed 1 shadow ball on each lane, and for me, that's not enough. Of course, I'm a little older and things creak a little bit more. There you look at the score. The advantage, obviously, in Walton's favor. But if he's talking about weekly practice games, well, then 5 is probably very low, and even for the tournament bowlers, that would be extremely low. But if you're bowling real good, you don't have to bowl at all. So I'm not sure what Bo was trying to get at. But around here, I need all the frames I can get, I guarantee you.
He also brought up a couple good points about the methods of loosening up, not to crank it out right off the bat. Very slow, very deliberate, and just take your time. Do you find any bowlers, especially the younger bowlers, trying to rush it off the bat?
You physically can't. I mean, even the young guys, they get up there, your hand's going to be a little stiff and maybe a little sore, and even the young crankers who put their shoes on and they're running down to the lanes and they jump up there right away, their first ball is obviously going to be a little slower than what they do. It takes 3, 4, 5 shots to build up to speed. Dave Forwood's having a lot of trouble building up to speed because he's got some physical problems.
And he takes out the square. Of course, we were alluding to tips. Dave's tip this week will be on the finish. The big finish.
The big finish, which Dave Forwood would love to have today, I guarantee you. That's what he's going to be lacking, and we can explain it in depth. As a matter of fact, he injured his ankle especially to be a prime example for our tip. No, he didn't do that. He'd love to be bowling well, and Dave's a very, very staunch competitor. This man right now has got the hammer in his hand, and he is putting it down.
Taking advantage of it.
You know, our high game could be in jeopardy, gentlemen. You know, we have Daryl Higgins with a 269 and up till now, and I have the TV here.
Well, I'll tell you, that's 1 strike closer to taking over Higgins' 269. Now, that the TV that Bo alluded to was our sponsors.
That's correct. It's from our 7-Up sponsors, and they brought the television this morning, so we could give it away today if we have to.
Maybe they knew something we didn't, Bo. Walton again. A big lanky. Boy, I'll tell you what. He turned sideways, he disappeared, Dave.
Does he look like he knows this pair?
I think so. 5 and 6 lanes here at Strikes and Spares in Blue Ash.
Well, we're on Blue Ash Road, but is this really Blue Ash?
It's Deer Park, isn't it?
I think it's Deer Park.
We're not.
They just point me in the direction and say it's out around Blue Ash. That's all.
Head east.
Forwood leaving the 10 pin.
The weak 10, as he is going to be leaving everything weak today. There you see the deficit, insurmountable at this point. Mr. Walton can run away. I mean, he could not throw another ball and win this game.
But Mark Walton threw a few more balls, and he took advantage of Dave Forwood's sprained right ankle to go on to a 53-pin win in game number 1. So he'll go on to meet Rich Hill in Hudipol's TV King of Bowling, game number 2. There's Brian McKinney's brother, Rich Hill, who is the opponent of Mark Walton here in game 2. Talk about nepotism. Keep it all in the family.
Keep it all in the family is right. Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, there's probably not another sport that encompasses so much of family participation as bowling does.
It's tough to get the family of 5 out there and play football. You know, you give the little 3-year-old the ball and you hit him once and he's out of the game, you know?
Yes, but 10 years down the road when he's making mega bucks for Dad because he's on the tour, you know, you have to get them started early. In bowling, in golf, any of those major money sports like that.
Exactly.
Get them started early.
My little boy, he's 2 years